No more tricks, human. I'm your alien playmate for life. The human boy crept through the ruined garden with a bundle of snacks in his hoodie. Leaves rustled underfoot as he reached the clearing where he'd been leaving treats every day for the past week. The stone fountain, long dry, had become a strange meeting place. The first time he'd seen her, he thought she was a wild animal. Then she spoke. "I know you're there, human." Thorne flinched and dropped a wrapped chocolate bar. From behind the broken statue, a sleek figure padded out, gray-blue skin shimmering like water, long tendrils where hair should be, and four-fingered hands tipped with dull claws. Her giant green eyes blinked once, slowly in challenge. "Why, you're real," he stammered. "And you're clever," she said, grinning. "But not clever enough to out-trick a Veelari." Thorne blinked. "Eh, what?" "Me," she said proudly, stepping closer. "You've been sneaking snacks. I've been watching. Now I've decided. Oh, fun. So I've chosen you." "Chosen me for what?" She beamed and jumped forward, crouching only inches from him. "To be my playmate. Forever." What? "Don't worry," she said, poking his chest with one claw. "It's not like mating or anything gross. Just a bond. You know, companions. Lies. Tricksters. Game partners. No more tricks unless they're together." Thorne gulped. "Wait. You were messing with me all this time." "I learned from the best," she said, tapping her temple. "You left chips. Then you left cookies. Then you left jelly beans. I watched you from the trees. I waited to see what you'd do next. That was bait. I was trying to lure you out. And it worked," she said brightly. "So I like you. I've been alone a long time. But you make it interesting. So now, no more hiding. No more tricks between us." She stood up and spread her arms like an invitation. "I'm Yixxa, last youngling of Clan Vreth. And I'm officially your alien playmate for life." Thorne blinked at her. "You're serious. Deadly. But I'm just a kid." "So am I." She poked her own chest. "Veelari younglings mature slow. I'm only 42. In your years that's like 12. "Oh." Thorne considered her. She didn't look 12. Not exactly. But she sure didn't act like an adult either. "Okay," he said slowly. "But what does a lifelong playmate do?" She grinned again, mischief flickering in her expression. "Everything. But mostly fun." The first day was chaos. Yixxa insisted on showing Thorne her territory. It included half the overgrown amusement park on the edge of the quarantine zone. Rusted rides, broken animatronics, and collapsed snack stalls had become her playground. She led him through a tangle of vines, past warning signs and half-collapsed fences. "This place is off limits," Thorne whispered. "It's still full of alien spores." Yixxa rolled her eyes. "Not anymore. Cleared them. Burned what I could. The Veelari are immune anyway. So now it's mine. And yours. Since you're bonded." Thorne blinked. "We're bonded now." "You accepted the terms," she said smugly. "You didn't say no. That's not how contracts work. It is where I'm from." The day became a blur of rooftop chases, scavenger hunts, and narrowly dodging a collapsing Ferris wheel car. Yixxa could leap impossible distances and balance on railings like a cat. She laughed like it was the best day of her life, and when she grabbed his hand and dragged him across the broken stage of the alien-haunted theater, Thorne found himself laughing too. He hadn't laughed that hard since before the war. By the third week, Thorne had stopped bringing snacks and started bringing tools. "Come on," he said one morning, holding up a repaired radio. "We can talk even when I'm home now." Yixxa clicked her tongue. "Human gadgets. They always break. This one's got backup batteries. And a private channel. Yixxa blinked at him. Then slowly, softly said, "You made it for me?" Thorne flushed. "Well, yeah. We're playmates, right?" She stared at him, her gaze unreadable for once. Then she said, "I never had one of those. Not for real. Not after the humans bombed the pods." Thorne looked down. "I'm sorry. We didn't know. About your people, I mean." Yixxa exhaled slowly. "You're not all bad." She took the radio and pressed it against her heart. "No more tricks, human. You're mine now." They had a secret code. 3 clicks on the radio meant meet at the wheel. 2 clicks meant danger near the ruins. 1 long tone meant come now. It worked until the military showed up. It was early autumn when Thorne heard helicopters over the zone. He ran, heart pounding, to their clearing. Yixxa was already waiting, crouched under the fallen fountain. "They saw me," she said flatly. "Infrared. Drones." One of the scouts caught a heat signature. Thorne cursed. "They'll try to catch you." "I won't go back to a lab," she growled. "You won't have to," he said. "I'll hide you." She blinked, startled. "You'd protect me. You're my friend." Her voice softened. "You mean it?" Thorne nodded. "You said no more tricks, right? So I'm in. For life." The soldiers moved in the next day. Thorne had already cleared out the old park tunnels. Yixxa followed his flashlight through the flooded corridors, her claws scraping concrete. "They're blocking exits," she whispered. "I'll get you out," he promised. "There's a route through the old waste pipe. It's gross, but it leads to the forest." "Then what?" "I'll go with you." She froze. "You'd leave the city." "I don't care," he said. "If they catch you, they'll tear you apart. You think I'd stay after that?" Yixxa looked at him for a long moment. Then she whispered, "You really are mine now." They got as far as the forest line before the thermal drones caught their movement. "Run!" Thorne shouted, pulling her down into a ditch. She rolled with him, claws digging into the mud. Gunshots cracked overhead. "I can fight," she hissed. "No," he said firmly. "They'll use plasma. You'll get torn apart. But no tricks, remember? Just trust." She stared at him, breath ragged, then slowly nodded. They lay still, heartbeat to heartbeat, until the searchlight passed over and moved on. When they finally reached the edge of the quarantine zone, Yixxa stopped and turned to him. "I have to leave," she said. "They'll track you if I stay." "I don't care," Thorne replied. "But I do." She touched his cheek. "I'll go. But I'll come back. You promise?" "No more tricks, human," she whispered. "I'm your alien playmate for life. You're stuck with me." 6 months passed. The war ended quietly. Treaties signed in orbit, biozones neutralized. The military faded from the ruins, and rebuilding began. Thorne returned to school, pretending nothing had changed. But every night he checked the radio. And then one spring evening, click, click, click. He sprinted through the garden, heart thundering. She stood where the fountain had once flowed, her skin glowing under moonlight. "Yixxa. Took longer than I thought," she said. "You came back. I told you. No more tricks." She stepped forward and handed him something. A bracelet. Alien silver, humming with faint warmth. "What's this?" "Symbol of the bond. You gave me a radio. I give you this." Thorne slipped it on. Fit perfectly. "So what now?" he asked. She grinned. "Now. We play." And under the stars, human and alien ran together. Companions, tricksters bonded for life.